Court will take judicial notice of the entire file.
Okay. Ms. Perales, can you please state your name for the record?
Alejandra Perales?
Okay. And you are the petitioner in this divorce with your husband, Gerardo Perales Jr., correct?
Yes.
And prior to this case being filed, you had lived in the state of Texas for at least 6 months and Hidalgo County for at least 90 days, correct?
Yes.
And the marriage between yourself and your husband has become insupportable due to a discord or conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage. And there is no reasonable expectation that you and he will reconcile, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Is that correct? Okay, and during the marriage, you and your husband had two children, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and they're both under the age of 18, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and with regards to the children, you and your husband are each going to be named joint managing conservators. Are you asking the court to do that? And with you being designated as the primary conservator with the exclusive right to determine the residence of the children, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and did you and he had a prior child support order in place, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so we're asking that child support, as far as the divorce, be at $500 beginning on October 1st, and with reimbursement to Medicaid of $75 also beginning on October 1st, correct?
Yes.
And presently, your husband is in arrears of child support in the amount of $10,460.94, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and he's in arrears of medical support of $1,724.67, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. With regards to the visitation for your husband, you're asking the court that it be limited to the first and third Saturday and Sunday of each month between the hours of 2 to 5 p.m. And then he provide you with at least 72 hours notice of his intent to exercise visitation, correct?
Yes.
And since your separation, has he visited much with the children?
Not too much.
Okay. With regards to the property that you and he had acquired during the marriage, there's no real estate, right? There's no house, no land.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
So you're asking everything that may be in your possession, household items, funds on deposits, anything like that, and your motor vehicle, which is a 2008 Chevy Impala, that be awarded to you, correct?
Yes.
And the same thing with him, whatever he has in his possession, including his motor vehicle, if he has one, that be awarded to him, correct?
Yes.
And the same thing with any debts. You're going to be responsible for any debts that you have or have incurred and that are in your name, correct?
Yes.
And the same thing with him, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And with regard to this case, you are asking for a name change, correct?
Yes.
And you're asking that your last name be changed. What?
Nothing.
Palomino, is that it?
Yes.
Okay. And that was your maiden name, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're asking the court to grant the divorce, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, anything further?
Okay, once again, court will take judicial notice of the entire filing cause number F5725-19-4 in the matter of the marriage of Alejandra Perales and Gerardo Perales Jr. Court will hereby dissolve the marriage of petitioner respondent. Court will grant petitioner or relief requested hearing in open court. Court will await a decree for signature. So that'll do it. Thank you very much, ma'am. You may be excused.
We filed the decree this morning, so it should be on file.
All right, we'll sign it, sir. And Mr. Davis, are you here on the other one, F4874-19-4? In the
I am,
interest of
Judge.
Maylee Rivera?
Yes.
All right. Do you have the petitioner?
She is in the office. I think they're setting her up right now because we had so many conference calls going.
Oh, okay. And she would be under what name?
Her name is Dominique Walker. And Judge, my understanding is that last Friday, the father went in or contacted your staff and indicated that he was going to appear at the hearing today.
Okay. And that name is?
It's Adolfo Santiago Rivera.
Adolfo Rivera. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I see Dominique Walker already. Oh yeah, they're there. Both of them are in.
Okay.
And we're set for a final today?
Well, yes, sir, Judge. Is everybody here? I don't know if you can hear me yet.
All right, let me see. Dominique Walker, can you hear me? Oh, she's connecting right now. I think they're both connecting right now.
All righty.
All right, Mr. Rivera, can you hear me? All right, I don't hear you, so I don't, there's no audio. Ms. Walker, can you hear me?
She's muted.
Now I can hear you.
All right, now I can hear you too. I don't know about Mr. Rivera. Can you hear me, sir? All right, I know you're talking, but I cannot hear you. All right, how about now? No, I don't think. Yeah. All right, Mr. Rivera, you may have to log off and come back again. Do it again. Let me take up another case and I'll come back to you, Mr. Davis and Ms. Walker. Okay, I'll be right back.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Okay, what do you have now? You got Catherine, Julia, and Justin Davis right there. Davis and Julia. Where is she? Oh, yeah, there she is right there. Just connecting. That'll be number one, brother. All right, Miss Julia, can you hear me? All right, I know you said something, but I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you now. Yes, loud and clear. Mr. Davis, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning, folks. We're here on CL 196308P. Zulma Sanchez versus Jose Silva.
Kathy Julia for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
All right.
Justin Davis for the defendant, Judge.
All right, good morning. And we're here, what, on a motion to waive mediation?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a case where we've, I think, completed discovery, including depots and everything. And we need to get a trial date. So
That's
we're
correct.
hoping that you can go ahead and give us a DCC so that we can set it for trial.
Okay. On the DCC, which I will grant you, I'm thinking here. I'm not too sure when I can give you a jury trial date. I know it'll be like next year sometime.
Right.
I understand that the criminal cases and the family law cases are going to have priority or something. So I'll give you one. Like maybe late next year, but I'll give you one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So if you do mediate between now and then, it'd be wonderful because then I can get you off the docket and you will already, settle the case. But yeah, I'll go ahead and file a DCC.
Okay. I think my office has already filed one, but I'll make sure that the clerk's office sends it over to
Okay.
you so that you can sign it.
All right, then we'll take care of it then. Anything else to say, Mr. Davis?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then thank you all so much. You'll my big excuse.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Mr. McCallan, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can. Good morning, Judge.
Good. Happy birthday, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Wow,
Another
man.
year.
You don't look older than 60, 65. I think you're about 35?
43 today.
All right. Way to go. Mr. McCallan, on the other side is Philip Snyder. Have you heard from him or anything? Or
No, I have not.
I haven't seen him checked in. There's Christopher Schuler, unless somebody's going to be doing it on his behalf. I don't see him in the waiting room. At least I don't. You been communicating with him?
I haven't talked to him in a while, Your Honor.
On the motion, what is an application for appointment of an umpire?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you talk to him about that or something
No,
else?
I haven't talked to him at all. What I can do is I can call him and see if maybe we can both submit a list if we can agree, and then you can decide.
All right. You can send me 2 each or something.
Yes.
Because isn't that I don't see him in the living room, in the waiting room, and so
Let's see what he's here for.
let's see. There's Mr. Christopher Schluter.
What case is he?
That doesn't ring a bell.
No,
Okay. Good morning, sir. Can you hear me, Mr. Schluter?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right. Which case are you on, sir?
I'm on the Hernandez v. UPC case with Mr. McAllen.
okay.
Oh, that's Hernandez versus United Property Casualty, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. CL 2017-17D.
I believe so.
All right. You're here for Mr. Philip Snyder?
Yes, sir.
All right. I was looking for him in the waiting room, and that's why I couldn't. But now you're here for him, and it's an application for an appointment of an umpire, right, Mr. McCall?
Yes, Your Honor. It's one of these cases that has gone to appraisal, and the appraisers couldn't agree. So we're just asking. I'll submit a list, Your Honor. I don't know if I have potential umpires, and I don't know if opposing counsel wants to submit a list, and then the court can choose one of its own or one from our list, however you decide.
Yes, sir, Mr. Schluter.
We would prefer that the court appoint somebody on their own.
Okay.
Our appraisal process or the appraisal, the policy provision of states that the court is the one that appoints the umpire, and we'd like somebody that's going to be impartial and not somebody off of one of our lists.
Yeah, someone who's not Republican or Democrat.
Right.
Okay. Then I'll appoint somebody. Is there an order for the court to?
I think there is one, Your Honor, and if not, I'll submit one.
Okay, submit one, and we'll get one here. I have one to put here. Appoint umpire. All right, let me do that. Anything else, gentlemen?
That's all I have before this honorable court, Your Honor.
All right.
That's all.
All right. Thank you, sir. You may be excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Huh? All right, let's give it a try here. I've been unmuted.
Judge,
Yes, sir, Mr. Davis.
yeah, the Attorney General has also filed an intervention, and Attorney Julia Hernandez told me that she's in the waiting room as well.
Julia Hernandez. Okay, I see her now.
Can you see me, Judge? Can you hear me, Judge?
Yes, I can hear you now, Mr. Rivera. Yes, welcome back.
Okay, thank you.
And I believe we have Miss Julia Hernandez from
Morning,
the
Judge.
office of Attorney General. Good morning, ma'am. And you just filed an intervention, Mrs. Hernandez, Attorney General?
We filed an intervention back in January. We just wanted to make sure that the arrears were taken care of
Okay.
in the event of the relinquishment, of the termination.
All right, Mr. Davis, are we going to be ready to go there? You want another study?
Well, Judge, we were ready to go, but if Mr. Rivera is, obviously, if he's contesting it, then we'll need to get another date if we're going to proceed with a formal hearing on the issues. He had previously executed and we had filed a relinquishment, but apparently he's changed his mind on that.
Yes, that's
Okay,
correct.
All right, Mr. Rivera, you're going to be hiring counsel?
If I could afford one right now, I'm not financially, like, I can't hire one. I just don't want to go through with this. Like, I'm not sure what actions I need to do so this won't get filed because I want to remain my daughter's. I want to keep my daughter. I want to remain her father, and I don't know what steps. I've never been in this situation.
Okay, if you hire an attorney, your attorney will not be talking to Mr. Davis. If you don't hire an attorney, then Mr. Davis will be talking to you about any proposals or settlements or anything like that. So for right now, we'll give you another setting, right, Mr. Davis?
Yes, sir, it'd be great.
Yeah, let's do another setting. Do we do another? Yeah, submit an order setting here, Mr. Davis. And yes, we'll be needing Mr. Rivera's address. You don't have that, Mr. Davis?
I do not.
Okay, we needed Mr. Rivera. We need an address.
Physical address?
Yes, sir.
Mailing.
Mailing address.
1610
Uh-huh.
Silver Street, Edinburgh, Texas, 78542.
7542. 1610 Silver Street,
Yes.
Edinburgh, Texas. Did you get it, Mr. Davis?
I did, Judge.
All right. Submit
today.
me an order, and I'll give you guys another date, and everybody will get copies. AGs? I'm sorry?
They need to be included.
Yeah, of course, the AG is going to be included as well now.
Yes,
So,
I'll include them.
Thank you all very much. You're my big excuse. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Or number 12.
Good morning, Judge.
In,
Can you hear me?
yes, sir. I can hear you, Mr. Trevino.
That'd be me, Judge. No cambiado.
All right. Let me try to get Mr. Martinez.
Joe
Martinez. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you, Judge. This is on F603917-4, and I have let me see now. I may have two cases this morning.
Yes.
Okay. So
yes.
I'm calling you. Yes. I don't know if Mr. Martinez is on the other one or not, but we had already made attempts to finalize that one, Judge. I haven't spoken to Mr. Martinez about finalizing it today if it hasn't been. So I wouldn't know where we're at on this one with Mr. Martinez.
Let me get Mr. Martinez. Can you hear me, Mr. Martinez?
Yes, Judge. I'm sorry. I'm just about to get to my office, but I think the Attorney General is in that case also.
Yes.
And the Attorney General should have the numbers for Mr. Trevino's client.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let me get the Attorney General in here. That'll be Mr. Alcantar.
We have something bad with the Office of the Attorney General. I believe the cause number in this case is F-740-15-4.
Correct. In the matter of the marriage of Simon Garcia and Melissa Garcia, right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're waiting, I guess, on the numbers from the Attorney General's office. And when you get those numbers, it'll be a finalized?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, my understanding is we were here back in February, and we did enter the terms at that time. We did work out an order we did prep an order, and we sent it to both parties for signature. We are still waiting for Mr. Trevino's signature, but with everything that happened with
I don't know if I ever got that. I would have sent it to you. You might want to resend it to me because I really don't know if I got that or not. I know there's an issue with
because of the pandemic, but we can't send it to both parties again.
Well,
it was by.
Well, what you need to do is get back together again on this case, get those numbers and finalize it and have everybody sign on it And that'll do
Yeah,
it for me.
Judge, we had already worked that out with Mr. Martinez and the Attorney General's office at that time. So we're just, I guess we just have to submit it to you.
We'll resend it, Your Honor, to Mr.
Okay.
Trevino. Yes.
All right, that'll
Thank you.
work. That'll work. Anything else, Mr. Martinez?
No, Your Honor, thank you very much. Thank you, Greg. Please
Thank
get
you,
it
Joe.
done. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
also.
Judge.
Thank you all so much. You may be excused. Have a good day.
Thank you.
I have another one, Your Honor.
Yes, sir, Mr. Trevino. You're
Yes,
here on, is Kennedy Salinas on the other side?
No, yes, he is, Your Honor, and he is in Stark County this morning on another hearing. No disrespect to Your Honor, but also my client, his dad passed away just last week, and they're in a funeral today. And I spoke to my client this morning. He may be on. I don't know if he's on. Carlos Marin.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, but I have another case at 11. If I may be placed back in the waiting room until then.
Yes, we'll get you back at 11. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You said Carlos Marin?
Carlos Marin is my client, Your Honor.
Yeah.
He
Would
may
you be
not
ready
be on
today?
for the same reason.
Are you going to be ready today or you're not, Mr.
Oh,
Trevino?
no, Your Honor. We have a pass by agreement is my
Okay.
announcement with Mr. Salinas. Mr. Salinas and I spoke real early this morning, Judge, before
Okay.
9 o'clock. And that was our agreement that we would pass temporarily. We tried mediation. We haven't gotten to the figures yet with respect to the property distribution on the house. There's only one property, Judge, and we just need a little bit of time so that we can get this thing resolved.
Okay. Then we'll pass. We'll have no action today. And I guess you folks let me know when you're ready.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file a motion order setting hearing so that Your
Okay.
Honor can set us, and between now and that hearing, we'll be ready, Your Honor.
All right, that'll work. All right, thank you, sir. You may be excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good one.
You too.
Yes, sir.
Esta lady que está aquí, who's she for?
Oh, Judge, you had me on blank. I'm sorry, Judge. You had me on. There you go, Judge. Okay. Yeah. Good morning, Judge. Sorry. All right, Judge. Have a good one.
You have a good one.
All right.
Who do we have? Miss Salinas is who? Which case? Miss Salinas, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I'm sorry.
Okay. Which case are you on here, Miss Salinas? You have a cost number?
Salinas versus Salinas.
You don't have a cost number? Let me see here.
It's Salinas versus.
Who's
I
the
don't have
attorney?
it, sir. Not with me. I know my case number was at 10 o'clock, and my attorney is Lily Gutierrez.
Right here. Yes, number 6. Enedina Salinas and Margarito Salinas.
Correct.
Judge, in the record, this is Rick. The Miss Lily Gutierrez's office did call this morning and inform me that
she's logging on. She's logging on, Rick.
Okay, thank you.
All right, there she is. Miss Gutierrez is logging in.
We need Flo.
Okay. Good morning, Miss Gutierrez. Do we also need Florencio Lopez?
Yes, Florencio Lopez and his client, maybe. I'm not sure. About September of last year, Your Honor, I sent him a proposed agreed decree. This is a case of divorce, and the custody was at issue. My client, the petitioner, Enedina Salinas, also, she was fighting for custody at the time. However, there were temporary orders that that placed the child with respondent father. And so my client, the child is now 15 years old. And so my client just wants to get divorced and is okay with the temporary orders becoming final. And I relayed that to Mr. Lopez, and I haven't heard back from him.
No response.
No response.
Okay, so I'm gonna look here again on the in the waiting room to see if I see Mr. Lopez or even Margarito. And I don't see them here at all. Were they notified? Everybody knows that they were notified?
Your Honor, I sent my motion for final hearing. Mr. Florencio Lopez was served to his email address, and my order resetting final hearing, which is set for today, September the 23rd. It does have his email address at the bottom.
Okay. Well, I don't see him or Mr. Salinas. Bailiff, did you ever get a chance to call Mr. Lopez?
Judge, I did not contact Mr. Lopez, but notices were sent out to Ms. Gutierrez and Mr. Lopez on 4/6/2020 to his email address at flobasi@yahoo.com, Judge.
Okay, thank you, Bailiff. So
Yes,
what
sir.
now, Ms. Gutierrez? You want to proceed right now with the final?
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to proceed. We have been waiting for almost a year since my
Okay.
client agreed to
Okay,
resolve.
Miss Salinas, good morning, ma'am. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Gutierrez, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Salinas, please state your full name.
Enedina Ochoa Salinas.
Ms. Salinas, did you file a petition to divorce Margarito Agustin Salinas on May 28th of 2013?
Yes.
And at that time that you filed your petition for divorce, had you lived in the state of Texas for 6 months?
Yes.
And at the time that you filed your petition for divorce, had you lived in the county of Hidalgo for 3 months?
Yes.
And the reason for seeking this divorce is that there has been a discord or conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Ms. Salinas, you and Mr. Margarito Salinas had one child of the marriage named Orlando Salinas, born June 10th of 2005. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that is the only child that you and Margarito had. Is that correct?
Yes.
Orlando Salinas is now 15 years old. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Ms. Salinas, you and Mr. Margarito Salinas married on or about December 20th of 2004, and you stopped living together as husband and wife on or sometime in March of 2010. Is that correct?
Yes.
And since your separation from Margarito Agustin Salinas, you have entered into another relationship with Jesus Trevino. Is that correct?
Yes.
And during the time that you've been with Jesus Trevino, you have had 3 children. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And I will list the children with their date of births. Jesus Trevino Jr., born February 1st of 2011. Joshua Trevino, born April 19th of 2013. And Onesimo Trevino, born April 27th of 2014. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you deny that Margarito Agustin Salinas is the father of those 3 children, correct?
Yes.
Now, do you recall that back on November 5th of 2013, this court entered some temporary orders with respect to Orlando Salinas and this divorce that's pending before this court?
Yes.
And in those you at this point are willing to have those temporary orders made final orders with respect to Orlando Salinas, correct?
Yes.
And the temporary orders indicated that both you and Margarito Agustin Salinas would be joint managing conservators of Orlando. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you would also are asking that you have standard visitation as per the temporary orders, correct?
Yes.
And also within the temporary orders was a geographic restriction, and you're asking the court to order that as well, that Margarito Agustin Salinas be restricted to residing with Orlando within the county of Hidalgo in Texas, correct?
Yes.
I'm sorry, did you say, what did you say?
Yes. I said yes. I'm sorry.
And under the temporary orders, Orlando Salinas was insured through the government assistance program of Medicaid, and he would continue to be insured through Medicaid and you're asking the court to approve that in a final decree, correct?
Yeah.
Did Ms. Zambrano get the yes?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
And-
I said. I said.
Okay, and Ms. Salinas, also with respect to child support, it was agreed that you and that Agustin was not seeking any child support from you at the time of temporary orders, and you're asking that that continue in the final order, correct?
Yes.
As to the property division, at the time of your separation in 2010, both you and Margarito Salinas had already divided the only thing you had was personal effects, correct?
Yes.
You didn't own any property, correct?
No.
No, you didn't own property, correct?
We didn't. No, we didn't. Correct.
And so when you separated, you each took whatever personal belongings belonged to each of you, correct?
Yes.
And at this time, there's nothing for you to divide, correct? Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
You're also asking that your name be changed from Enedina Salinas to Enedina Ochoa, which is your maiden name, correct?
Yes.
You're asking also that the court discharge you from the temporary orders that were in place back in 2013, correct?
Yes.
Are you, is there any chance for reconciliation with Margarito Agustin Salinas?
No.
Is there any chance, I'm sorry, are you expecting a child at this time? Are you expecting a child at this time?
No. No.
And the final issue, which was not agreed to and had nothing to do with the temporary orders, was that you were asking for Margarito to share in the cost of this divorce by reimbursing you attorney fees, or the court to order that he pay your attorney fees, correct?
Yes.
Can you tell the court how much you've paid in attorney fees up to this date?
Up to this date, I've paid Ms. Lily Gutierrez $7,700 in cash.
Okay. You're asking for the court to consider ordering that Mr. Margarito Agustin Salinas pay that amount or any amount the court believes to be reasonable, correct?
Yes.
That you're asking for a divorce, for the court to approve what you've requested and to grant your divorce this morning. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right. Court will once again take judicial notice of the entire file in cause number F3202-13-4 in the matter of the marriage of Enedina Salinas and Margarito Agustin Salinas. Court will hereby dissolve the marriage of petitioner respondent. Court will grant petitioner all relief requested here in open court. And as far as attorney's fees, I guess we can go half of the 7,700. And anything else, Ms. Gutierrez?
Nothing else, Your Honor. I will submit a decree as per the court's order. It will not be an agreed decree at this point, but I will submit that hopefully this afternoon, if not by the end of this week, Your Honor.
That is correct. Court will be awaiting a decree for signature. Court will specifically note that respondent Margarito Salinas and attorney Florencio Lopez were both notified of this final hearing and made no shows. Okay, thank you so much. You all may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Mr. Alcantara, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I think you're waiting for the 11 o'clock meeting, right, sir? Or
Yes,
hearing?
with Alma Garza and Melissa Canales.
Okay. We're going to ask that you please log off and come back again with the 11 o'clock information.
Okay, yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. We'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Mhm.